interested in getting this man, if you're in the Houston, Texas area, on January 29th over at Infinity Cards in Sugar Land, Texas, they will be having an event called Clash of Nations. This is actually the third one. Clash of Nations is a nation-based event where each tournament is based off one of the nations of Cardfight Vanguard. So the first one was Keter Sanctuary, the second one was Dark States. So we're going into the third one, and it is for Lyrical Monasterio. So if you guys are interested, please come on out, show your support, show your love, and maybe you can meet some of the Team Haam members in person there. They're usually always there. I know for sure I will be there, Taisho. And our editors, Kalvin, hopefully will be there as well. The Paradox Twins, Salt, Pepper, everyone on the team, everyone. So please make it out if you can. All right, guys, take care.
This is only the beginning.
Hey guys, this is Taisho from Team Haam, and I'm here with Pepper from Team Haam, and he's here to provide a deck profile for Gravidia.
Yep. Giant space tentacle women are here to make sure that your opponent will never have a field. And that's what I like. So, starting it out, just get right to it. Grade 0, you know it. You know it's inside and out. So the grade 1, we've got Gravidia Wells. On placement, on the Vanguard, you're going to search the top 7, look for, get as many meteors out of those top 7 as you can, add them to hand. And of course, we're going to get to it in a bit. You're always just going for the pebbles. All about pebbles. As many as you can get out of your deck, the better. Then, we're going to go on to Gravidia Behringer. I'm going to butcher these names, by the way. Please don't kill me for it. So, when she's going to be put on either Vanguard or Rearguard Circle, if you've got 3 meteors in your order zone, at least, Soul Blast 3, draw a card, and she's going to get 5k until the end of turn. So, she's going to be your basic draw engine on grade 2. I only run one of her, because, we'll get to that in a second. She's really good at getting you a little bit of extra draw power, and the 3 soul seems like a lot, but again, we'll get back to that. It's not as bad as you think. And then the great big space mommy milker, Gravidia Nordlinger. So when she's placed on Vanguard, you search your deck, get 2 meteors. Awesome. Real simple, real easy. Then you can just put them right into the order zone for free, and then you get to use their effects. We'll get to that in a second. Then when she attacks, you can counterblast 1, and put 1 or more meteors from your order zone into your drop. And if you drop 1, at least 1, you're gonna get 15k power. If you drop at least 3, you get an extra crit. And then there's the big one. If you drop at least 5 meteors, any trigger effect that you hit with her, you activate the effect twice. So let's say you hit a critical. You give a crit and 10k to something, and then give a crit and 10k to something. If you heal, and you can heal multiple times, hey, you can go from 5 to 3 real quick. If you hit the over trigger, well, my friends, that's what we call game, usually. Unless they have like 15 PGs in hand, which I've seen people do, somehow.
15 PGs?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. It's apparently a special deck thing you can do in Bastion. Cough. Anywho. So, now that we got that ride line out of the way, let's get to the fun things. We've got all the pebbles. Woof. So, the effect of the pebble is you can have up to 16 of these bad boys in your deck. And later on, once we get a later set, we're going to get a replacement for this one. We'll deal with that in a later video. So, when this is put into the order zone, you can soul charge 1. I'll touch on that in a second. If it was put there because of a Vanguard ability, which is at the time of this video, you can only do with Nordlinger. When you put it in there because of a Vanguard effect, you also get to draw 1. So hey, cool. It's a draw engine built into going into Nordlinger. Then The other effect, when it's put into your drop zone, from your order zone, you choose one of your opponent's cards and retire it. Basically just drop big old space pebbles onto your opponent. And you get profit for it. I think that sounds like a pretty good deal to me. So, you can run up to 16 of these. For me, I'm running 14. I've tried doing it at 12. That did not work. I don't have room in there for 16 yet. So I figured a happy medium. At first, when I first heard the deck was coming out, I heard people saying, like, oh, you only need to run 10 or you only need to run 11. No. You will surprisingly filter through these pebbles like you would not imagine. Okay, now that we got the ride line out of the way, we got some real simple stuff, but real critical stuff. Got your PGs. You already know about them. You know them. You love them. Then I'm running 3 more of the Gravidia Wells, specifically because when she's put onto rear guard, if you've got Gravidia Nordlinger, the grade 3, you Soul Blast 1 and you choose up to 2 meteorite cards from your hand and you can put them into your order zone, and then she'll get 2k. So, the linchpin of this deck is to fill up your order zone with as many pebbles as you possibly can, as quick as you can. Normally, you're only going to be able to put 1 per turn because, you know, rules of the game. However, she speeds this up immensely. Now, the only thing you need to worry about is that when you're putting the pebbles, now we're going to get into that. You can soul charge when you put the meteor in. You don't, after a few soul charges, I'd say probably like a grand total of 3, you will not need to soul charge anymore for the rest of the game. Unless you really feel like you can use her a few more times, soul is not important. Also, counterblast, not important with this deck. Right now, I've got it built so that the only thing that actually needs counterblast is Nordlinger. Nothing else needs it as of this video. Things in the future will change because, oh boy, there are some upcoming spicy techs that I can't wait to put in. So, moving on, we have got 2 of Gravidia Nordlinger, or Lasagna, whatever. So, for her, during the battle this unit attacks, if you've got 3 or more meteorites in your set zone, when your opponent would call cards to Guardian, they have to call at least 2. So once she gets powered up, she becomes a nuisance. Heck, even if you've only got her at like 13, and if she's your first attacker and you've got enough meteors in there, congratulations, you're going to rip 2 cards out of your opponent's hand. Spicy. Then, we're also running 2 of Gravidia Stanner. Stone Cold Stanner. And for her, if you've got at least a total of 5 meteors in your set zone or your drop zone total, she gets 5k power and 5k shield. Surprisingly, that comes in clutch. That little bit of extra shield makes her essential. I use her more for defense than attack. But when you need to, she's right there to slam 15k in your opponent's face. Love the girls. All right. We've got, of course, the 3 extra Nordlingers, just because you want your Persona ride. Don't need to go into that. Last of all, we've got my favorite artwork in this, Gravidia Nordlinger. For her, when she hits, you go into your deck, get a meteor, and put it into your order zone. Just like with Wells, it just speeds the deck up, and that's what you want. This deck is not terribly much about stretching out the game. It's more about the ladies are here, the ladies have wiped out your field. Let's go ahead and get Gravidia her double trigger effect. PG, shake my hand. So, that's the basics of the units. As far as triggers go, we've got Elder Breath, We've got 4 of the new criticals that if you boost with them, you put it into soul afterwards and you give something 2k. Real simple. Extra soul, which we all like. We've got the ever important heals. We've got 4 extra crits. And we've got 3 of the front triggers that make it 20k when your opponent's a grade 3. Real simple, real basic. And so what I was going to go into real quick, because I have had some confusion with this. When you're doing Gravidia's double trigger turn, if you hit the over trigger on that, and it has happened to me, your opponent is in a really horrible spot. Since she already, by her own effect, if you're going into the double trigger turn, she's already given herself an extra crit. So with this, the first time you hit this and it doubles everything, she's already sitting at 4 damage. Or, sorry, at 4 critical. And then everything else on the sides is going to be at 2 minimum. Then if you power them up even more, you're sitting at what could potentially be like 200 million on this side, swinging 4 damage. 200 million on this side, swinging 4 damage. Good luck. It's literally comes down to, do you have a PG or not? If not, you've pretty much won the game at that point. So, right now the deck is very basic. You have not many like weird tech options that you can throw in there. Some people do, and I would love to hear people's opinions on this, because not many people are playing this at our locals that I can tell. And so I'm always up for more input from other people. So, if you really want to have yourself a nice, fun deck that will constantly keep your opponent on their back foot, this is a great deck to go into. It's not expensive, it's a lot of fun, and as long as your opponent's not getting too salty, your opponent will have fun too, because numbers get crazy with this deck. So anyway, that's my Gravidia deck. If you've got any opinions, again, I would love to hear them in the comment section. And as always, go Team Haam.
Hell yeah. All right, guys, y'all take care. And thank you again for watching.